Welcome to the shit show. Every single day, a new flavor of fuckery. Cause everybody's such, you see, and they're dumber than a bag of clots. Monday, bullshit. Tuesday, bullshit. Wednesday, and then 4 more days of increasingly stupid, ridiculous, ignorant, balderdash, poppycock, bollocks, and fuckery.
Hello to Putin's cat, and hello to Daniel. How are you? So glad you are here. I was going to live stream me working on the car, but then I decided that, it's probably not going well anyway. And then something really cool happened under there, and I don't know if I fixed it, but there's a little plunger thing that's connected to. It's kind of complicated, but anyway, it helps it go into park, reverse, all those, and the little thing wouldn't slide into reverse or park. And so I was trying to separate this little plungery looking thing from this little metal rod, and I was trying to separate them with a wrench, and it goes boop, boop, right into park. And I was like, because underneath there, I can move it with my hand, move it very freely. And I'm like, I feel like a transmission, nothing should move freely. Oh, meow, meow. Hello, Apex. How are you? Kitty bang bang. Meow, meow. How are you? So glad you're here. But, yeah, and so accidentally, I think I may have popped it back in place like it was supposed to be, the little gear thing, and I moved it, and it's not moving freely anymore, which, a transmission should not be, have pieces that are moving a little too freely, you know what I mean? So I may have fixed it. I don't know if I did, but, since the transmission was so messed up anyway, I mean, it can only go up from here. If it's not working, then I can't fuck it up anymore, right? Oh, hello, Frosty Broccoli. So glad you're here. Happy Canadian Thanksgiving to you. I was about to mess that all up. I am so glad you're here. Anyway, so let me share screen, and we'll jump into some of this. Entire screen. Yes. Saves us some trouble. So I'm going to do it on these tabs because there's a few things I want to cover. And let's see, which one is this? Oh my God. This man right here. This man deserves a fucking cake with a file in it or bail money. And not all heroes wear capes, everything you can think of. All done. Now let me hide this little thing. We don't need that part. Yes. Father arrested after allegedly killing man he found with his missing 14-year-old daughter. So the dumb 14-year-old daughter, because teenagers, you know, right? But this silly girl, she went to bed or whatever, or seemed like she was, and I guess her dad went to go check something in the middle of the night. So it's 1, 2 in the morning, some shit like that, and realizes his daughter is gone. And he's like, oh, fuck. So, they call the police. They call around trying to figure out what to do. He gets in his car, and he starts driving the area they live in. I wouldn't say neighborhood, because I think they live out a little further from a neighborhood. But drives around, finds this car, finds this fat fucking old guy with his 14-year-old daughter. Bruh. And he did what every man should do. God bless. Arkansas, that sounds about right. A father was arrested after he allegedly shot and killed a man who was in a vehicle with his missing 14-year-old daughter. On Tuesday, 36-year-old Aaron Spencer reported to police that his daughter was missing. As the police were on their way to Spencer's home, Spencer found his daughter in a vehicle with a 67-year-old man. You should see what this piece of shit looks like. I don't know if this picture's further down. I'll go find it for you. Because, dude, I don't know if you've ever seen that AI simulation of what a person has to be built like to survive a car accident, but that's this fucking guy. It's not fucking showing it. But he looks like he's not allowed within 1,000 yards of a school. So it's part of the course the way this guy looks. Anyway, Spencer then allegedly shot and killed Fossler, that's the guy's name, Michael Fossler, after a confrontation between the two men arose. Police arrested Spencer on a preliminary charge of first-degree murder, a Class Y felony. I didn't know those class this or that went up that high. And he was booked into the Lone Oak County Detention Center before being released the next day after posting bail. I hope they gave him a very low bail. I really hope so. I hope it was like $50. You know what I mean? Fox News reports that Spencer's family had a no contacting order in place for Fossler. Oh my God. Because he had stalked and raped a 14-year-old girl over the summer. So apparently they had prior knowledge of this fucking twat. Man, if I was the parents of that 14-year-old girl, for her sneaking out, I'd go whoop his ass. I'd whip her ass too, actually. They shot him. The guy that preyed upon their daughter was released on bond, and when we stopped him that night and got him with her, said, okay. So apparently, yeah. So apparently this nutcase, I guess he was like out on bond from when he like raped the other girl. USA Today reported that the child's mother had thought this time Fossler might be trying to kill her daughter because he was wanted for a possible 6 to 9 felonies, and her daughter was the only witness. What was that stupid girl thinking, leaving the house quietly and getting in the car with this guy? Oh my God, that stupid girl. Swear to God, what the fuck? Because I saw a picture of this guy. There's no way this guy is a sneaky ass cat burglar and able to slither into someone's house and kidnap somebody. Hell no. That fat fuck. Hell no. I cannot believe she did something so stupid. Ah, fucking teenagers. I'm glad my daughter is smarter than that. I mean, I should probably not jinx anything. But dang. Anyway, absolutely release this man. He did nothing wrong. Save this man. Release him. I wish I had money. I'd go put it on his books. Check everybody real quick. Hello. The transmission on my truck has a manual lever on it that you can manually switch gears right on the transmission. It's a moving part. You can openly move freely with your hand. I don't know if that's the same thing as I had. I'd have to like find a way to like send you a picture unless I deleted the picture. I might have deleted the picture. I don't know. I'd have to look. Anyway, let's see. Oh, hugs to Miss Frosty, of course. Class Y. I know, right? I didn't even know that was a thing. I mean, Class B, Class C, Class D, maybe. Like, I didn't know they had Class Y. That sounds like it sounds like they gave him like the lowest fucking class of felony they possibly could. It sounds like they invented one. Like, I don't know. I mean, I understand you gotta, in finger quotes, arrest him and do the walkthrough just so you can say you actually did your job. You know what I'm saying? But like, man, I hope his bond was like, I hope that dad's bond or bail is like $20. You know? Like, I hope so. Like, that man did nothing wrong. I mean, this dude had multiple priors of doing some freaky shit. Now, normally I'm very pro-life. Like, I'm even against the death penalty. But this dude was literally caught in the motherfucking act. You know what I mean? That's one of the reasons I'm against death penalty. Sometimes you have the wrong person. They didn't have the wrong fucking person here. They fucking knew it. They caught this 67-year-old man in the car with his 14-year-old daughter. There's no mistaken identity there. Dude should have shut the fuck up and said, I'm sorry. The fact that it was a confrontation arose, he should have shut the fuck up and sat down. You know what I mean? Like, you get stupid with a girl's dad. Boy, you get what you get. There you go. All right. God bless this man right here. All right. Love him. Don't know him, but I love him. All right. So I am going to unshare this for a second because it doesn't let me share sound when I'm sharing the full screen. So I have to like individually share it. So, let's see. What are we doing on this one? Oh, okay. This fucking silliness. All right. So they're calling this the third assassination attempt. But isn't it like if you look back at the headlines, wasn't it like 3 or it's like 4 or 5, isn't it? Because there was supposedly explosives found in a car at another rally like 3 weeks ago, and the person supposedly abandoned the car and ran into the woods, and we never heard about it again. So yeah, this would make like number 4 or something because they were counting that one. So you got the one got shot in the ear, and then there was another one, then the car thing, then this one, I think. Oh yeah, the golf course. So golf course was number 2. Then the supposed car that had explosives and the person ran off into the woods, never to be seen from again, was 3. This would make like 4 or 5 if I'm missing one. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, well, let's hear what this guy's got to say.
We have his name as Vem, V-E-M, Miller, M-I-L-L-E-R, and his birth date is 10/26 of 1974. And the reason why I gave it to you like that is I will explain later. He approached the outside perimeter, gave all indications that he belonged there, that he was that he was a participant that was allowed to get into VIP and to and a press corps, and so he was allowed through that outer perimeter. As he got to the inside perimeter, where deputies were conducting obviously a more thorough evaluation of the vehicles that were coming in, there were many irregularities that popped up.
Listen closely.
The deputy noticed that the interior of the vehicle was in quite disarray. The vehicle had an obviously fake license plate, and that prompted further investigation from our deputy into why the person was there and what he was doing. During that investigation, the deputy eventually found multiple passports with multiple names, multiple driver's license with different names. The vehicle was unregistered.
That part right there.
And the license plate was what we in law enforcement would recognize as one that is homemade and indicative of a group of individuals that claim to be sovereign citizens. And assuming the deputy assumes that he was part of that identifying group. So during the investigation, obviously those
Okay. So I have some issues here. I can tell
identification documents were found in addition to a loaded handgun and a shotgun. Obviously, this was before the former president arrived. The person was taken into custody. He was eventually booked into jail on those charges, and eventually he was released. He will have to further his court case in the future.
Okay, so I have some issues with that. Okay. What the fuck? All right, I feel like a whole lot of what the fuck. Because I'm assuming other states, like Oklahoma, that the cop cars have these like programs and shit where they have a license plate scanner and it'll say, oh, this car's got insurance, or it doesn't, or the vehicle's stolen, or fucking whatever. How the fuck did this guy run around with a fake a homemade license plate? So it doesn't even look like a normal fucking license plate, I'm assuming. And the car is unregistered. It's not registered to him. It doesn't sound like it's registered to anyone because it said it was unregistered. So it's unregistered and a fake homemade license plate. So how the hell did not any vehicle, not any cop car, not any traffic camera, not fucking nothing, hadn't caught this until now? How? Tell me fucking how. Because this sounds like some bullshit. And if you're at all these passports and all these driver's licenses, okay, I haven't seen a passport in a really long time, but I've seen a driver's license fairly recently. And those have like holograms and stuff in them and a barcode. It's a whole fucking thing. Those are not easy to forge. This isn't like the 1990s where shit was easier to forge. What the fuck? So I don't know how this guy got all these passports, all these driver's licenses, had a homemade license plate and an unregistered car, and nobody caught him till now. I feel like there's a lot of horse shit involved in this one. Hold on. Why is it not highlighting? Huh. I can't highlight your comments, so I'm just going to read it. The fact that they're trying to push the Iran narrative. Oh, now it fucking works. Tells me all these attempts are BS and theater to put. Exactly it is. Because how fucking silly is this? Like, because I don't know any sovereign citizens, at least I don't know. So I don't know what their political stance is on some shit. I really don't. But I'm just thinking, how is it that, you can drive through a city, and I don't even know where he's from. I don't know if he's from that area or he's from like another state. I don't know. Like, I'm sure they'll cover that. But how he drove around and a single cop scanned that plate, pulled him over, impounded the vehicle or whatever. I don't understand that. And I feel like like he said, it's some bullshit to make us. Because honestly, all these assassination attempts are getting kind of old. Like the first couple, woo, wow, you know. But yeah, the shock and awe of it kind of wears off after a bit. So it's kind of nuts. So now let's move on to this motherfucker right here. Holy fucking shit. So this guy, apparently, let's see, over 20 years of experience focusing on the U.S. foreign policy. This guy had a job with foreign policy in Trump's administration. I would love to hear Trump apologize on this guy's behalf. What if I could? Oh, all right. So this made me feel a little radicalized. So if y'all are ready, I'll play this shit. Mm-hmm. Yeah, this motherfucker right here. not the guy in the leather jacket, obviously. This Matthew Brodsky is his fucking name. And oh sweet Jesus. Let me say this. Hold on. If this motherfucker ever came to Oklahoma, I don't know if I would kill him, but I guarantee you he would never walk correctly ever again. I would take that fucking Achilles tendon, both of them, and make a fucking bracelet out of it. They can fucking quote me on that shit if they want. Fuck that guy. Right in his ear. That is some unbelievable shit. Hold on. Where's my... How do I fix this? Shit. I am trying to get the thing back. It's not letting me do it. Motherfucker. What guy? What do you mean what guy? All right, my screen saving thing got stuck, apparently. Hold on. This guy, right here. This guy. Hold on. Is it showing on there on the screen properly? Yes, it is. Okay. Yeah, the guy at the top is a Matthew Brodsky. You didn't share a screen. I did. I think it just got stuck and it didn't work right. But yeah, I'll share. I'll play the video because it may not have worked.
American former White House advisor Matthew Brodsky just got in a lot of trouble for making social media posts threatening Ireland and the Irish people. Before I go into his posts, the reason why he did this is because Ireland has peacekeepers in Lebanon right near Israel's border.
And more specifically, Israel told those peacekeepers to leave the area. Well, that's not their job. Their job is to try to stand their ground and try to, stop bad things from happening. The Irish did not run. They did not hide. They stayed there and it pissed off Israel. And then they got so much backlash because everybody likes the Irish, or at least almost everybody, that they decided to back away from that area and leave the Irish soldiers alone.
Border. And apparently that was way too much for him. In one post, he called the Irishmen POSs and said that they should be blasted to bits. He also said that they should carpet bomb Ireland and then drop napalm on it to blow it up and then burn it up. And then in another post, he threatened that Ireland, Spain, and Norway should have something done to all their women that I'm not allowed to mention. Who makes threats like this? Why would you say stuff like that? All because of some peacekeepers on Israel's border? I mean, who does he represent, America or Israel? And really, how many other Israelis are working in high positions in our government? Oh my God. Yeah, wow, no wonder our government doesn't care about us and only cares about Ukraine and Israel.
So that guy, Matthew Brodsky. Yeah, oh yeah, they are absolutely fucking lunatics. Yes, they are. And that is the guy that I said that if he ever came to Oklahoma, I would be happy to cut off his Achilles tendons, plural, and make a fucking bracelet out of it. because that guy is a fucking nutcase. Like, Twitter is almost allowed to be a kind of a free-for-all because Musk kind of lets people say whatever. Musk tossed him off. Musk was like, you know what? That's too fucking much, my guy. And fucking suspended him from Twitter. And good for Elon Musk on that, because that's a little too much. Because the Irish soldiers, whose jobs it was to stay there, and it's not just, I mean, it's close enough to be on the border, but their encounter with the Irish troops was actually 5 kilometers from the border. So they were in Lebanon, 5 kilometers from the border. So they weren't like right on the fucking border where, you know, you accidentally like trip and you land in Israel. Like, no, they were like 5 kilometers in that the Israelis came in and encountered them. And they stood their ground, and I'm proud of them. Like, apparently they haven't heard about how the Irish have been. Like, they might find themselves in a problem. Hello, welcome. So glad you're here. But I had to share that because that Matthew Brodsky guy is out of his fucking mind. Like, what the fuck? Who threatens that horrible shit to Ireland? Almost everybody likes Ireland. He thinks it should be bombed and napalmed. Aw, hugs digital pollution. Purr. So, yeah, that guy's out of his fucking mind. But let me close those down real quick so I can declutter my stuff a little bit. There we go. All right, now we're going to present the screen. Meow, meow. Hello, Curtis. All right, let me share screen. I'm going to go entire screen for this one. Now, I have a whole bunch of stuff, but this is actually like, I've been doing like research on stuff that happened just like the first week of the October 7th war and stuff that goes back years. So I'm doing that at the moment, but what is this? Okay. So this is where it starts. Sorry. All right. So for y'all who are not from Oklahoma, James Lankford is this fucking twat that we have in office and had him in office for entirely too long. He looks like a Scottish version of Lurch from Addams Family. I fucking hate this guy. Anyway, so y'all may remember that there was a guy in Oklahoma City, an Afghan national or whatever, who was, I guess, he actually applied for a visa actually here. And he was arrested by, you guessed it, the FBI for supposedly planning an election day attack at the voter polls. So, now that you have that backstory, Lankford says, no reason to believe a similar election day terror plot is planned. I still encourage everyone to vote. Well, yes, everyone should go to vote because there's not somebody at every poll. But I hardly think he is one to be actually knowing anything about that. This is what I'm saying. When he looks like a Scottish version of Lurch, this is what I fucking mean. Like, he's a bad guy. In the last 10 years, he has really aged badly. Like, I think when you're a shitty person, you age badly. I think that's kind of a thing. Anyway, in light of the foiled election day terror plot, Oklahoma City U.S. Senator James Lankford encouraged voters to feel safe going to the polls next month with the knowledge law enforcement did its job to prevent the attack. Yeah, because ISIS is going to go out of their way to have one person do it, and then when they're caught, oh, darn, they caught us. Oh, well, maybe next year. No. There's a good chance they will still do this. News 4 reported earlier this week the FBI arrested Nasir Ahmed Tawhedi. Let's call him Nasir. After he allegedly attempted to buy multiple AK-47 assault rifles to use in an ISIS-inspired terror plot to shoot large crowds of people on Election Day. And the interesting thing about the FBI on this one, and I saw it in the article like when this first happened, was the FBI was like, there was never any danger. Don't worry. We were there every step of the way. In fact, the person he was trying to buy guns for him was like an FBI informant. And every time I hear that, oh, we were there every step of the way, I hear that you were actually encouraging and guiding the person to do these things. Although, like, I don't know how the guy was trying to buy AK-47s and can't successfully do that in Oklahoma. I know a couple of places where you can go and they might not even bother to, like, background check you, honestly. Private buyers and shit. Anyway, On Sunday's upcoming episode of KFR Flashpoint, U.S. Senator James Lankford said that his office has been closely following the FBI's investigation into Heidi's alleged plot. This has been a case that I've tracked for several weeks. Really? I wasn't aware this has been going on for several weeks, but all right. James Lankford, who is a member of the U.S. Senate Homeland Security and Intelligence Committee. Oh, Jesus, we're all going to die. I've had classified briefings and I've had conversations with law enforcement behind the scenes before he was actually arrested as they were tracking and working through the process. Wow. Yeah, I feel like they were just encouraging and helping him do this. And then, fucking get you. Anyway, so this is one I've been carefully engaged in because of those who in Oklahoma City understand full well what terrorism looks like. I've experienced that firsthand. Anyway. Lankford said he spoke to the U.S. Attorney General Merrick Garland over the phone this week. Garland was a federal prosecutor at the time of the Murrah building. I didn't realize that. In 1995, and helped prosecute the case against perpetrator Timothy McVeigh. So you're telling me that Merrick Garland is also apparently one of the people who ignored the fact that there was a second bomber, and all the ATM footage and everything, or, all the surveillance cameras from that area just disappeared. Nobody ever saw it. Oh, okay. Nice to know that he's that piece of shit. He made the statement to me as we talked back and forth on it to say that his commitment to tracking this case was to make sure Oklahoma City did not experience another act of terrorism. As amazing as that statement was to me, we just talked back and forth, and he wishes the FBI could have done what the FBI did now. Except that the FBI may not have known, but the ATF did. Because guess what? The ATF was in the Murrah building. They had an office in the Murrah building. And the night before the explosion, the employees there were given a page or a code on their pager. Basically, they were told not to come in that next morning. So they let the other people who work in that building go to work. They let 168 kids, or no, I think it was like 50 kids and like 168 people total, I think. Anyway, they let the kids go to that building and everything. There's a daycare in that building, or was. So the ATF knew this was coming. The FBI probably did. Honestly, they probably did. And they only made sure that their federal employees, the ATF, were not in the building that morning. So nothing ever happened to them. But they let everybody else fucking die. So these people can suck my dick, as far as I'm concerned. So, yeah. Let's see. He said the FBI officials from the Bureau of Oklahoma City field office did an extremely professional job in stopping the attack to Hadi allegedly was planned. The FBI's Oklahoma City field office did a remarkable job, which is like, I don't know why they keep repeating shit. The details will come out of this case in the days ahead. Yeah, when they have planned their script properly. They did a remarkable job. They like using the word remarkable a lot, don't they? It's kind of a lot. They're patting themselves on the shoulder way too much. They did not identify someone who was absolutely planning to kill as many people as possible and die a martyr's death on behalf of ISIS. Apparently the person had recruited a juvenile to help join. But the juvenile has been arrested, and he is, both the juvenile has been arrested and he has been arrested. Both of them will face serious terror charges. And they should. But it's also a reminder to us that there are still people in this world that mean to do us harm, that hate our freedom. Oh my God. They don't attack us because they hate our freedom. That is the dumbest fucking thing. Hold on. He was picking election day with an ISIS affiliation for a reason. That's a deliberate statement about I hate American freedom. Oh my fucking God. Lankford is the dumbest fucking person I can think of at the moment. Well, actually, no, now I can think of more. But that is what we were told like 20 years ago. Oh, they're attacking us because they hate our freedom. Well, I think that's hilarious because their response to that was to take away our freedoms with the Patriot Act and the National Defense Authorization Act. So their way of helping, I guess they want to make us less likable or less I don't know, appealing. They helped take away more of our freedoms. Now we're eavesdropped on and phone taps, the whole fucking 9 yards. And if you think for 1 second this guy was going to open fire on election day because he hated our freedoms, that is so stupid. The guy came here when Afghanis were being brought out of Afghanistan during the shitty ass withdrawal that Biden did, and because a bunch of people were being promised to be able to come here because they had helped the U.S. government, and so he had apparently helped the U.S. government while over there, and while he was over there, also there was a CIA office or whatever in Afghanistan, and he passed his background check to work there. Supposedly he was just a door security guy, but still, I assume you get a very rigorous going over with the CIA. So he worked with the CIA. He took advantage of the program that would help him come to the United States. And he did it because he hates American freedom? You can't be fucking serious. Fuck off. Anyway, let me go check on everybody real quick. Oh, meow meow, Connie Clary. How is everybody? We had that here too, where the RCMP got caught coercing a couple from Burnaby, British Columbia, to build bombs, etc. There was massive public outcry of entrapment. Yeah, that's kind of their thing here. Oklahoma fucking loves that shit. In fact, let me see if I can find the guy, because I can't remember his fucking name. I'll do my best. I know he got arrested in 2017. 2017 Oklahoma bomb plot. That should narrow it down. Ah, there we go. Jerry Drake Burnell. Yes. Oh. Actually, yeah. Fuck the Department of Justice. Let's see. Are they not wanting to show me news articles? Oh, here we go. Okay. Oh, in 2020, man convicted. So they apparently convicted him in 2020. So we'll get to that in a second. So let's go get this a gander. Let's see what they say here. Yeah, this poor guy. So he's like 23. Yeah, 23. Oklahoma man angry with the government, aren't we all, has been arrested by the FBI on charges that he tried to blow up an Oklahoma City bank building with a van he thought was packed with explosives. Do you want to know who gave him that van packed with explosives? Fake or whatever. The FBI fucking did. They admitted it. And his family had come out and said it. But unfortunately, they got silenced. They're not dead, as far as I know. But, nobody was like listening to them. I think like one article actually covered that a long time ago. So I remember I was on a road trip to Minnesota when I saw this news break. Anyway, according to the criminal complaint, Burnell told an informant for the FBI, funny how that works, that he was seeking retaliation against the government and financial institutions. My brother in Christ, I've never heard of a better reason. I'm not even mad at him. Honestly, I feel like the Federal Reserve building in Dallas probably would have been a better target than just some bank downtown. But, I get where his heart's at. And he goes, I'm out for blood. Oh, my God. That sounds like some incel D&D shit. Like, oh, my God. 23-year-old with no experience. Come on. Dude's seen too many movies. Federal prosecutor said in the statement the device he sought to detonate was inert and the public was not in danger, which means that, it means the device they gave him wasn't very good. So they gave him a van and they gave him fake explosives to put in the van and sent him to go do it. He wanted to make the biggest impact wherever he was going with this bomb. That is actually kind of incorrect. It depends. So, like, to surprise people, an impact like that, yes. Fatalities, no. Because he did this on a Sunday, going into Monday, Sunday night at 1 a.m. So technically it was Monday morning at 1 a.m. There's not going to be anybody downtown or any banks open at 1 o'clock in the morning on a Monday. Nobody's there. There's not even drunks from the bars out running around that Sunday night going into Monday. Like, they're not even there. They're saying he wanted to make the biggest impact possible. Bruh. No, he didn't. He tried to detonate this at 1 o'clock in the morning on a Monday. There wasn't no fucking body there. He just wanted to damage the building. He wasn't trying to kill anybody. I'm not saying what he did was okay. I'm just explaining. The Bank First building is a few blocks away from where the Alpha P. Murrah building once stood. Bomber McVeigh used fertilizer bomb, blah, blah, blah. This is not who I'm really talking about right now. We are disheartened that this young man who calls Oklahoma home will resort to domestic terrorism, knowing the deep sense of loss felt by the people impacted by the Oklahoma City bombing. Blah, blah, blah about the museum they have, because that's not what I'm focusing on right now. Varnell made a brief appearance in federal court on Oklahoma City Monday, and was scheduled to have a detention and preliminary hearing on Tuesday. The spokesman for the U.S. Attorney of the Western District of Oklahoma. Prosecutors did not immediately able to say if Varnell had a lawyer. Prosecutor said that during this investigation, an undercover agent had posed as a co-conspirator and agreed to help Varnell build what he believed was a 1,000-pound explosive. There we go. That's what I was talking about. An undercover agent posed as a co-conspirator. So they were with him every step of the way and helped him build this. They encouraged him. They helped him. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if the 95 bombing was exactly the same way, except they actually detonated. Agents arrested him after he made a call on Saturday to a mobile phone he believed would detonate a device. Oh, they changed it because it was a Sunday at like 1 a.m. Maybe it was Saturday going into Sunday, but still, in front of a bank, there's nobody there. The resident had made a call on a mobile phone he believed would detonate a device in the van parked beside the Bank First Court building downtown. Varnell was charged with malicious attempt to destruction of building and the interstate commerce, and could face interstate commerce, bruh. That's goofy. And could face 20 years if convicted. The complaint filed in federal court in Oklahoma City said that the onset of the investigation, Varnell said he wanted to build a team to conduct a bombing. Well, first off, this is what I talk about when I say don't get a bunch of people together, because you probably can't trust most of them. I'm not telling people to do this. I'm just saying the more people you tell, the bigger problem you're going to have. U.S. prosecutor said Varnell had prepared social media messages to be posted after the explosion and help make and load a device into a stolen van. Really, a stolen van? Okay. That's what we're calling it. So I'm curious what, all right, so apparently in 2020 he got convicted. That I didn't know. Fuck off. I do not want to paywall you cunts. My TV's glitching. There we go. A man who was arrested in 2017 after a thwarted attempt to blow up a bank downtown Oklahoma City, a plot that echoed the P. Murrah building, blah, 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 was sentenced to 25 years in prison. The man, Jerry Varnell, 26 of Sayre, Oklahoma, will be on supervised release for the rest of his life once he completes his prison term. So even when he does get out in 20 years or 25 years, well, it's probably 20 now actually. They're still going to have all costs of supervision. And local authorities said in a statement on Monday, Mr. Varnell was arrested in August of 2017 after he tried to detonate a van full of what he believed to be explosives in the alley beside the downtown. So it was in an alley by Oklahoma's largest state chartered bank. Which that I didn't know because I don't care about banks in general. This case is extremely poignant considering we are approaching the 25th anniversary of the Oklahoma City bombing. This event not only scarred the community of Oklahoma City, but had a profound effect on the nation. It did have that. Jim Varnell's, Vicky Brahenna. Fuck, I think I've met her. She's been at some of these little political get-togethers I've gone to, but I didn't recognize the name. Holy shit, Vicky Brahenna, yeah. Oh shit, she ran for an office this year. I'm gonna have to go back and look. I didn't realize that was his lawyer. Shit, man, I would have been talking to her about this case. I didn't know. I'm gonna try to because there's gonna be some other political get-togethers. I'm gonna try to go to those to see if she's gonna be there. So I'm fucking curious. Holy shit. So anyway, sorry. His lawyer, Vicky Brahenna, I don't know why I keep trying to put a R in Brahenna. In an interview on Monday, the sentence was a little bit higher than we wanted, but that we're grateful it wasn't life, which is what the government was asking. government was encouraging it. Ms. Bahena said that she planned to appeal Mr. Varnell's 2019 conviction on counts of attempting to use explosive device damage and destroy Bank First court building, and of attempting to use a weapon of mass destruction against property used in interstate commerce. I feel like that's such a petty extra charge to put on. Like, is using a weapon of mass destruction, I mean, trying to blow up a building is not enough. You're going to tack on destruction of property used in interstate commerce. That seems extra. I don't know. It seems extra to me. like, it's like when you arrest somebody for having a gun, and then like having a gun in the course of trying to conduct a felony. It's like, what'd you fucking think he was going to do? But whatever. Mr. Varnell's arrest was a culmination of domestic terrorism investigation involving an undercover operation during which Mr. Varnell had been monitored closely for months as the bomb plot developed. So, yeah, they're saying he was monitored, but as the article showed, yeah, this case required thorough investigation and careful coordination. Well, y'all get the idea, because I'm going off on the whole thing anyway. So, yeah, you get what I mean. I start losing track of where I was. So, yeah, so this shit, this is about what I see on this. This guy, they had an FBI guy pretending to sell him weapons. And they're like, he must have been radicalized when he got here. The last one, because, yeah, he got here in like 2021. And before this alleged bomb plot, or I'm sorry, not bomb plot, I was thinking of the other thing. This alleged terror plot to, I guess, open fire on voters, I guess. He had applied for his visa to be able to, like, permanently stay here. Now, that seems like a very odd thing to do, because think about that. Like, if you're planning to die a martyr, because this is where, somewhere in the article it says that shit. I don't see it offhand, but I know that he said he was going to do that. But yeah, he wanted to die a martyr for ISIS. So why the hell, a little before you did this, that you would apply for your visa to stay here in America? Why would you bother? That doesn't make sense to me. Where is that part of the article? I'm actually trying to see it. Oh yeah, right here. So, planning to kill as many people as possible and die a martyr's death on behalf of ISIS. So yeah, again, I ask, if he planned on killing himself, basically dying a martyr's death on November 5th, why in the hell would, like, I think in October, sometime early in October or September, would he have applied for his visa to stay in America? Why fucking bother doing that at all? Because if you're really planning to do something like this, you know, who cares? Who cares if your visa's expired or not? Who cares? So, yeah, that's why I'm thinking he wanted to get his visa approved. What if, just to get people worked up, they said, hey, let's do a training drill, and asked him to participate and then hemmed him up for it? Maybe he thought it was a training exercise, and maybe there's like, hey, if you cooperate with our training exercise, we'll rush your visa. Maybe that's what they did to this guy. Because it doesn't make fucking sense why you would apply for a visa, and it's all about he hates American. They're assuming he hates American freedoms. He didn't say this. They're assuming he hates American freedom, and he just applied for a visa. He's been here since 2021. Like, what's a few more months? Who, gives a fuck? That's a man who had something planned past this, and not to die a martyr's death. Fucking lying to us again. Anywho. Next article, because I was ranting on that one for a bit. Sorry. Group with close ties to Trump presumed to have been attacked by Chinese hackers. And this is what, the third time this has fucking happened? Anyway, because I think it happened earlier this year too. America's first Policy Institute, a think tank aligned with former President Donald Trump, is presumed by federal authorities to have been hacked by Chinese hackers, or attacked by Chinese hackers. Source familiar with the matter has told ABC News. The AFPI's chief communications officer, Mark Lauter, told ABC News in a statement, it is not surprising that hostile foreign actors would target the AFPI, noting its leading Trump-aligned policy group. As the leading policy group in America First movement, it's not really America First, we both fucking know it. It's not surprising that hostile foreign actors would attempt to infiltrate our IT. Tactics and techniques and procedures of the threat actors are similar to the nation's state-sponsored activities that we have seen, allowing us to remediate and respond quickly. This is like the third hack they've had this year, I think. At least that's what they're claiming. So, if it's not true, I'm not sure why, unless, of course, they want to make it seem like something's happening that's not like this. So that way, if he does lose the election, one could arguably say that he could blame it on the Chinese hackers thing. Maybe. And also, according to India Today, cyber attacks target Iran's nuclear infrastructure. Want to take any guesses on who's probably behind that one? Yeah, it's either blue and white or red, white, and blue that's doing that one. There are reports claiming that Iran's nuclear infrastructure has come under massive cyber attack amid the ongoing conflict with Israel. The country's legislature, judiciary, and executive have been subjected to a cyber attack. And that's actually very interesting that the nuclear infrastructure had been targeted, because Israel was talking about bombing a couple of their nuclear areas, a couple of Iran's nuclear areas, and people were telling them, maybe not hit the nuclear shit. Try not to hit the nuclear stuff. So if they decided not to, this may have been their backup plan. If they can't bomb it, they'll just fuck it up. So that, my best guess is it's either us or it's Israel that did it, or both. And for the very reason I just told you. Ooh, I have a message. I have a few messages. Oh shit. Let me go look real quick, just in case it's super important. Okay, apparently I'm invited to a stream, so I will try to wrap this up relatively quick. So, all right, so done with that. Armed man out. Okay, so this is all right. So this is the guy that had the bunch of passports and IDs and the fucking unregistered car. Which again, I don't know how you get down the street without getting busted by a cop with that. Whatever. So, oh wait, no. Hold on. Okay, so this is like apparently another thing. So I don't know why it's, you know what, whatever. This is actually fucking hilarious. Police at the so apparently Donald Trump had his rally at the Coachella Valley, where I guess people have that Coachella hippie fucking music festival thing. And actually, I don't have it handy, I don't think. But if you look up videos, there's a bunch of people, like, I don't know if it's like a few hundred people or what, that when the rally was over and Trump left, security would not let these people leave for like 2 hours. And then when they did get back to their tour bus, that only one tour bus was running. The rest of them had shut down. And the places that the buses were going to get fuel were out of fuel. So people were waiting around for like 6 hours waiting for transportation, when apparently some of their vehicles were actually only like 2 miles away. So they could have just fucking walked the 2 miles, but they stayed out there. Apparently it was a little bit chilly. I think it was in Nebraska this happened like 2 days ago. That, to me, that shit's funny. I know that's wrong, but it kind of is a little bit. But hold on. Let's see if it shows like the shit that happened. All right, I actually would have to try to find the article, but you can look it up as well, because I'm amused the fact that a lot of the people, I'm annoyed and amused. It's a very conflicting feeling, but a bunch of these this Trump rally goers got stranded out there, and I meant to bring up the article, but actually, is it even available? Like, show it. I might have actually. Let me actually go look for it real quick. Trump Coachella rally stranded. All right, so hopefully this will give me the words I need. Donald Trump followers left stranded in desert after Coachella rally chaos. It is low key. It is. Hundreds of Donald Trump followers were left stranded in the California desert after the rally in Coachella Valley was over the weekend. The rally was held at an outdoor venue where temperatures soared to 100 degrees. Despite the intense heat, thousands of passionate Trump supporters braved the elements to hear the former president speak. During the rally, some supporters reportedly collapsed because of the stifling heat. Yikes. That I'm not laughing at that part. That part's not funny. That's fucked up. Prior to the event, several buses were provided to transport supporters to the rally location. However, after the rally, poorly organized transportation logistics and a lack of basic services left many attendees scrambling to find their way home, with many stranded miles from their cars after the event ended. Videos posted on Twitter show a large number of people waiting in line after the rally. One filmed the bus departing the venue was what appeared to be a bus driver shouting to those waiting, telling them that this was the last bus. Another passenger saying, "No more buses. They just got notice." So yeah, a lot of them were told not to pick anybody else up. It's kind of nuts. A different video posted by an attendee shows the aftermath, describing it as chaos, with many facing prospect of an estimated 2-hour walk, which is better than waiting around for 6 fucking hours, by the way, through the desert to get back to the parking lot, likely without water or shelter. This is not the first time attendees have been left high and dry after one of Trump's rallies. That I did not know. As reported by Newsweek, rally goers were left stranded in the cold in 2020 after a Trump event in Omaha. This happened. I thought this happened and the coaches had failed to pick them up. I thought this happened in Nebraska as well. Oh wait, no, this is California because it's Coachella. So that's wild that he fucking didn't do anything to help them get home. That's fucking nuts, bro. That's fucking crazy. Where am I? Okay, so this is let me refresh this one. So it's from this is posted. Oh yeah. So arrests have been made and threats against FEMA workers. So apparently there has been some guys down over in North Carolina that had been threatening FEMA. They had beat up one guy, which is, I think, fucking hilarious. They beat up one of the FEMA guys because they had been fucking with those people. And now apparently got a little posse together and they started hunting down the FEMA guys. Well, apparently, I guess the ringleader or whoever got arrested, which, that sucks. Law enforcement officials reported Monday that an armed suspect was arrested in western North Carolina on charges of making threats against a federal agency response worker helping with the hurricane recovery. But were they, though? Because they were also offering people $750 loan. They had to sign and agree on a contract before the inspector would even look at their loss and property. So it sounds like, they hunted down con artists, and I like it. The 44-year-old man was taken into custody at a supermarket where the FEMA bus was parked out Saturday. They said the same day employees were told to move from the area for their own safety. Wow, he wasn't after them. The statement added that reports that the trucks of armed militia in the area turned out to be false. Personally, I think it's awesome they were handling that motherfucker. The handling the FEMA people. Anyway, so Speaker Johnson pivots on question about possible January 6th like violence. I don't care that he classifies as a Republican. I bitched about ever since Speaker Johnson got in office or whatever. I have bitched about that guy. I knew that guy was trouble the moment I saw him. I say that every time I see him. House Speaker Mike Johnson diverted Sunday on questions about possible violence and security concerns ahead of the certification of the presidential election results early next year, citing election integrity as a great issue. There's a lot of great work that has been done at a federal and state and local level to prevent the chaos that ensued after 2020, the COVID election year. The Face the Nation with Margaret Brennan. Oh, he said this on Face the Nation. When asked about protecting security at the Capitol ahead of Congress counting the electoral votes on January 6, 2025, Johnson made assurances that steps had been taken to harden the facilities while arguing that the bigger story revolves around the election integrity. "We've got to make it too big to rig," Johnson said, adding that most states have done great work to shore up their systems and make sure that they have a free and fair election. Johnson questioned about what he is doing to prevent the violence experienced on January 6th, and he doesn't expect to see anything like that. He argued, "We are all sorts of concerned about fraud and integrity," while adding that he is hopeful that it will be a free and fair and legal election. The majority of the trouble came from the fucking undercover feds and shit that were in the crowd that day, but whatever. Because you know how they are. They'll play along and cause all kinds of shit. Those bombing and terror articles I showed you are proof of that. Oh yeah, and so a relative of the Afghan accused of the terror plot in the U.S. is charged with planning an attack in France. So apparently the guy that was here, apparently he has a relative that's gotten into some trouble. At least that's what they say. Hold on. A family member of the Afghan national accused of planning to carry out a terrorist attack on Election Day in Oklahoma was charged in France on Saturday with plotting to conduct attacks on the French soccer match or shopping center, according to the Anti-Terrorism Prosecution Office in Paris. So you don't know if it's a soccer match or a shopping center? Okay. I mean, soccer match sounds like a better idea. I mean, if you're going for like mass casualty shit, shopping center sounds kind of whatever. Both Afghans are believed to have wanted to carry out the operations on behalf of ISIS, the official said. It is not known whether they plan to coordinate their attacks in the U.S. and France. It certainly makes sense to do. French officials said the Afghan charge there was a 22-year-old, but declined to name him. They also did not identify the two other individuals who were taken into custody in France for questioning and released. It might have just been friends visiting and got there at the wrong time. The Afghan arrested in Oklahoma on October 7th. Yeah, we already read about him. So, yeah, we got that. All right. What is this? Oh, fuck me. Oklahoma City. Swear to God. I was trying to throw in some more local stuff instead of Israel this, Israel that all the time. Oklahoma City Police and Fire plan to get more drones amid questions of need and concern over privacy. I guess it's those kind of drones. Oklahoma City Police and Fire Departments are getting more drones to assist with emergencies, because they always do this in the name of emergencies. But not without questions about the level of need for the high-tech equipment and its usage impacts on civil liberties. In a 5-3 vote last week, Oklahoma City Council authorized a cost increase of more than $856,000 to purchase 10 drones and accessories to be docked at the fire stations. The Oklahoma City Police currently have 38 drones and plan to add 10 more each year over the next 5 years. Fuck. That's just what Oklahoma City cops need. Authorities told the council that drones can act as first responders to scenes and assist with calls for services with the fire department, do crisis response teams, and keep both residents and city employees safe. He's gonna getting there first and giving us the ability to provide the right resources and respond correctly for fire and for police and fire is invaluable. If there is a way they can abuse this, they absolutely will. We have 38 drones, and we're going to add 10 more each year for the next 5 years. Jesus fucking shit. Like, I don't like where this is going. They will absolutely fuck up somebody's civil liberties with this. They absolutely fucking will. Of course they will. Now, this guy. Trump suggests using the National Guard military against enemy from within. Well, it doesn't take much for the government to decide you're an enemy or not. So this sounds like a slippery slope waiting to happen. Former President Trump, in a Sunday interview, suggested using the National Guard or military on Election Day to combat what he described as potential chaos from the enemy within. a group that Trump said includes the radical left lunatics. Jesus. In an interview on Fox News Sunday Morning Futures, Trump dismissed President Biden's concern that Election Day wouldn't be peaceful and said, when asked, that he thinks the bigger problem is the enemy within, not even the people that have come in and destroyed our country. Wow. I think the bigger problem are the people from within. We have some very bad people. We have some sick people, radical left lunatics. Yeah, because nobody else but the left is sick, right? Yeah, nobody else. Just them. Okay. That's believable. It's everyone but us. Okay. And I think it should be very easily handled by, if necessary, by the National Guard, or, if really necessary, by the military. I'm pretty sure that violates some kind of posse comitatus right here. I really feel like it does. Like, this is, they sometimes treat like this like a gray area, but I'm pretty sure this violates the posse comitatus. I feel like it kind of does. No. Because they can't let that happen. Well, yes. Okay. They can't let it happen. The interview comes just weeks before the election as both Trump's and Vice President Kamala Harris's campaigns heat up to gain as much ground as they can in battleground states that could decide the outcome of the election this November. Harris's campaign responded to Trump's Sunday interview by saying they should alarm every American who cares about their freedom and security. Donald Trump is suggesting that his fellow Americans are worse enemies than foreign adversaries, and he is saying that he would use the military against them. You know what? She's kind of a dipshit, but I agree with that part. You are implying that your own people are more dangerous than outsiders, and you're willing to use the military to do something about it. I don't like that. Harris's campaign senior advisor, Ian Sams, said. I agree with Ian Sams here. I do feel like that is what he is suggesting. Anyway. All right. Let me. And peacekeepers, troops failing Israel, UN peacekeeping troops failing Israel as Hezbollah creates terror tunnels. They're going back to those terror tunnel stories again. Fuck me. Right under their noses. Really? Come on now. I thought we were done talking about silly tunnels. Because I told y'all that, like, a lot of those tunnels built in Gaza were built around 1982 by Israel. Because otherwise, if it was just regular people making those little tunnels with whatever they could, it would look like one of those old, like, gold mine fucking, setups, like in the 1800s, where it's just mud caked on and wood, used as frames. It would not be all, like, professionally done with concrete and all this shit. Like, come on now. Anyway, the world's eyes are once again focused on the south of Lebanon. Oh, actually, and like I said, in Gaza around the early 80s, Israel had built those tunnels. Guess who was in Lebanon and controlling the southern part of Lebanon in 1982? You guessed it, Israel did. They were fucking around with Israel back then too. Anyway, and all right, South Lebanon, as Israel Defense Forces continue their war against Hezbollah. Which is weird because they said they had decimated Hezbollah and Hamas in that one article like 2 live streams back. Yeah. The IDF took me into Lebanon Saturday to see firsthand some of what they have already found. The timing was important because the Israelis this week got caught in a battle of more than words with the United Nations peacekeeping force. Yes, those Irish troops that you were threatening to kill. Yes, you got into a battle of more than words because you were invading another country. Fucker. 5 UN force members have been wounded in recent days. The IDF, and this is not the first time the IDF has taken shots at Israeli peacekeeping soldiers. Look up Israel attacking Lebanon, killing UN soldiers 1987. Because they did it then, or hurt, I think they injured them. They may have injured them. I don't know if they killed them. I think they may have killed one. But yeah, that happened in 1987. So you're welcome to go check that out. Anyway, the IDF has taken responsibility for several of these accidental cases. Accidental cases. We saw with that guy who used to work for Trump, that foreign, relations guy or whatever the fuck was saying, talking about bombing Israel or bombing Ireland for this. Like, yeah, accidental cases, my ass. They knew the Irish soldiers were there. They sent them a warning saying, hey, you guys need to get that fuck out of there. And they were like, we're not leaving our post. So it's not an accident. They fucking knew they were there. It's so wild when something doesn't go right, they claim it's an accident. Although 2 days ago, it was Hezbollah that hit the UN peacekeeper. Really? Oh, well, whatever. Still, the fact is that ever since 2006, war here ended, the UN's peacekeeping force has not just been useless, but worse than useless. Wow. I bet he sounds like a salty bitch. They were meant to be here to ensure peace was kept on this tinderbox of a border. But for the past year, they have sat useless as Hezbollah has fired tens of thousands of rockets from southern Lebanon into Israel. Well, they didn't do anything to you guys either when you shot missiles at them. So, whatever. And as I reported in the post last year, I have seen footage of the peacekeepers, sarcastic quote marks here, coming out of their bases, Hezbollah firing rockets over their head into Israel, only for the UN peacekeepers to do a U-turn and simply return to base. Well, I mean, they might be mad that, they didn't do anything to Lebanon for firing missiles, but they didn't do anything to Israel for firing missiles either. So I don't know what the deal is with that. I'm not even exactly sure what they're supposed to do about that, to be honest. I don't know. Peacekeepers, are they supposed to just observe and report, or what is it their deal? I don't know what they're supposed to even be doing. Worse is the UN resolution that ended in 2006 for Resolution 1701 was meant to prevent Hezbollah from rebuilding its stockpile of weapons aimed at Israel. I, again, don't know if peacekeepers are supposed to keep an eye on that or not. I really don't know what their full detail of their job is. But anywho, all right, so we can get this all wrapped up. I've bitched and complained for a while, so I feel better. Kronos! Let's see. Oh, gotta go back a ways. All right, let's see. They really don't like it when you interfere with the flow of goods and money, right? Interstate commerce is the only thing that makes it a federal case. Therefore, it's under the so that's why they're petty and tacky on, what seems like. Oh, I'm sorry, kitty. I didn't realize there was a cat on the couch with me, and I just dropped my leg across the cat. I'm so sorry, Nuki. What was this little thing? I surprised her. She was sleeping. Sorry about that. Okay, but that makes sense. Okay, I was wondering, all right. Thank you for adding that in. I did not know that. Good evening to you. So glad you are here. Read it. You read it previously. It was in the beginning. Right. All right. It was Russia attacks last time. Yeah, that's what they say all the fucking time. They blame everything on the Russians. Now, I'm not saying they don't do shit, but it does get tiresome to hear it's only Russia. It's Russia this, Russia that. What a joke that one is. The guy is a hardcore Trump supporter. All right. This guy is a sovereign citizen nut job, though. If that's even what he is. Because if it's just a setup in the first place, they might have want to make it look like a sovereign citizen doing it, because people assume they're more likely to be the ones causing any kind of anti-government ruckus. So they kind of want to, I don't know, make an example out of him, or make it look like he's that type of person, to make an example out of him to scare any others that are sovereign citizen or whatever from possibly taking it upon themselves to do something. Making, example to it as a deterrent. Agent provocateurs, absolutely. I watched a video of J6, showed Capitol Police literally escorting them. Exactly, they opened the doors and escorted them in. They did absolutely that. I literally just read a post on someone quoting. Oops, my little mouse is being a dick. Papers, please, is where we're headed. Absolutely right. It's weird how some of us that have been calling this direction out in North America for the past 10 to 20 towards fascist Germany. I know, they thought we were crazy. Like, who's the crazy now? Hugs to you, Kronos. So glad you are here. Rawr. Oh my god, I can hear this in like an Aerosmith tune. They accidentally threatened them and they accidentally drove tanks into space and accidentally fired on them. Right, exactly. If they warned, they knew where they were. They said, hey, you guys get the fuck out. They're like, we're not getting the fuck out, okay? Our job is to stay at our post. Then it's not a fucking accident. You knew they were there. Exactly. Right? But the thing is, you don't know, like, it's tricky because it seems like everybody's a terrorist. And oftentimes, terrorist is what the big army calls the small army. That's very common. You showed up late, but I'm glad you showed up. Hello, Hector. How are you? Now I have to listen to that song again, right? Hector milkshake. Milkshakes do sound pretty good. Or cupcakes. I would like either. Anyway, so I want to send hugs to everybody. There's surprisingly a long list of people. Putin's cat, and Daniel, Apex, and Miss Frosty, and Mr. Frosty. Gorilla, and Digital Pollution, and Curtis, and Connie, and Matt Cheatwood, of course. Never forget him. Kronos, our darling Kronos, and Hector. You guys are so awesome. I always feel warm and fuzzy when y'all like come by and listen to me bitch and complain about stuff. It makes me feel special. Y'all are awesome. Uh-oh. I am late for that live stream. I am heading over to Mikey Souza 4. I don't... Do I have... Actually, hold on. I might actually. Yeah, I might be able to... I don't know if I'll be able to share it. Sometimes I can't right-click stuff. Oh, wait. He's not... The live stream's not over. It must be a new one. He must be doing another live stream. Because there's like no way that I just got sent a link like 15 minutes ago and it's over now. Like, no way. I'll have to go check on that, see what's going on, because that's kind of weird. Anyway, so maybe I'm not going over there. I don't know. But I guess we'll see. But his channel, I'll show you his channel anyway. In case it does pop up. Mickey Sue. No. I don't remember if there's any separation between the words or not, but it's Mikey Souza 4. But anyway, the thank yous. Oh, I forgot. I got a little ditty that we do. Anyway, I love you guys. Y'all make me feel warm and fuzzy. Mwah.
Welcome to the shit show. Every single day, a new flavor of fuckery. 'Cause everybody's such, you see, and they're dumber than a bag of clots. Monday, bullshit. Tuesday, bullshit. Wednesday, what the fuck? And then 4 more days of increasingly stupid, ridiculous, ignorant, boulder, dash, poppycock, bollocks.